Hey guys, welcome to my cinnamon bun workshop. Let's get baking. So, I'm going to show you the ingredient list of the dough for cinnamon buns. So we got 2.2 kilo flour, 400 grams of butter, 400 grams of custard sugar, 1 liter of water, 6 teaspoons of cardamom, 30 grams of salt, 30 grams of yeast. So this is my 2 kilo. For you at home, you can use half the ingredient. For example, if this is 2 kilo, 2.2 kilo of flour, you can do 1.1 kilo of flour, 200 grams of butter, 200 grams of sugar, 500 ml of water, 6 tablespoons, 15 of salt, 15 of yeast. That work best for you at home. But if you're baking with a bigger mix as well, you can go 2 kilo or you can go wider, double the ingredient. So I'm going to walk you through the equipment we're going to use for the cinnamon. So go rolling pin. You don't really need 2 rolling pins, but I use both. I'll start with this one and then I'll finish with this one. This one is quicker. It makes the job really fast or easier. Clean film, stick to cut the strips, pizza cutter, spatula, and a brush. Well, I guess we will need the meter or a ruler to see how long is the dough before we cut it or before we put the filling in. So I'm going to show you through the ingredient for the filling. I got 400 grams of butter, 400 grams of custard sugar, 6 tablespoons of cinnamon powder, and 30 ml of vanilla extract. So you combine all the ingredients in one big bowl or in a mix to mix it, and then you mix for 8 minutes non-stop. So this is how you want the dough to look like. This is ready. You don't want to overmix it because the dough is going to rest in the fridge for 2 hours. So here's the dough ready after being in the mixer for 8 minutes. So now you can just finish up by hand. Tuck in a little bit. And then you want to make some sort of square shape to put in here. So to go in the fridge. And then it'll stay in the fridge for 2 hours. So it'll be nice and steady. A little bit hard to solid. So it'll be easier to mix it, to roll it up and put the filling on top. And then you open up, make a square, and then bring it. It's slightly greased with food oil, vegetable oil, so it doesn't stick. There we go. And open up a bit. So when it's ready, it'll be easier to roll it out. Otherwise, if you make a bowl and put it in the fridge, it's going to open up because the center will be warmer than the other bit. And then you're just going to make a big bowl. And then we're going to cover it with cling film. So we cover with cling film so it doesn't dry. The dough doesn't dry. So now we're going to take to the fridge for 2 hours. 2 hours later, I'll be back here to roll it. So while the dough is resting, we're going to mix the filling. Like you can see the butter is very soft, been room temperature. This is what you need. So it's easier to mix by hand. Otherwise, you need a mixer, and you can easily overmix the butter if you use a mixer. I like to mix by hand. Put all the ingredients together and mix it together. Yeah, so the butter is in room temperature, all melted. This is best. This is what you want. It's easy to mix by hand. And you got sugar. First, actually, I'm gonna mix cinnamon. Mix cinnamon with the sugar. Combine together. And put vanilla in, where the magic is. I like to do this straight by hand. It all come together eventually. Nice and smooth mix. So the mix is done. So here's the dough. It's been in the fridge for 2 hours. We're gonna roll it out. If you see, if you look, nice and steady. Very beautiful dough. So I'm gonna tip it out so it doesn't stick. Beautiful. There we go. You need to dust a bit of flour on the bench. To dust the bench with the flour so the dough doesn't stick before you roll it out. So you're gonna roll out the dough about 6 centimeters long. Hopefully get that 6 centimeters. And then we're gonna spread all the filling on top and then fold it. There we go. At this point, the dough is a little bit hard, but this will change with time. Again, I should mention it's 60 centimeters because this is 2 kilo dough of flour. When you're using 1 kilo, it'll be like 30 centimeters, half a size, by 20. Here's the other one. Like I said, see, this one makes everything easier. Where is the measure? Let's see how long. There you go, 60. What are we gonna do? Turn around. Try to make it square and as rectangular as possible. And then we're gonna add the filling on top. We're going to spread the filling everywhere evenly. So we're going to spread all the filling, not all of it. There's going to be some left. When you make the filling of 200 grams of custard sugar, 200 grams of butter, the fillings is not going to be used in one dough. You can just freeze it after 3 months. You can use it again. You don't use in all of it in one dough. So we're all good. Now we're going to fold it halfway and then cover it. So we can measure, we can do halfway 30 and 30. Okay. Remove the flour. And then we cover it. Take the flour again, Now we're going to roll it out, open up the buns to be 30 centimeters the width, and again another 60 centimeters long. So I'm going to do it this way. Check. So that's 70. The dough is nice, it's full now with cinnamon. We can go even further. Now we're gonna open a little bit more for the width. Stay there. "30 centimeters. But this you don't really need to have be exact. Okay, next we're gonna make the strip. This is the fun bit. So you wanna try and get 2 centimeters thick of a strip. Nice and good, and nice size of a bun after it's baked. The first one is always not really good. So get that. There we go. One. Should get around 40 buns. So I'm gonna cut it first, and then I'm gonna roll it as we go. Right, do the first one. So what you do is you stretch a bit, and then you put 3 fingers. It all depends. I put 3 fingers. My fingers are small. If you have bigger fingers, you have to be maybe 2 fingers will be enough. And then you roll it. 1, depending on the length of the string, of the strip. You can do 2 rolls, or to another one, 2, and then come this way, and come out that way. And here's the first bun. And then you do again, stretch it. When it's longer, it's much better. And 1, 2, and you close. Bun number 2. Keep it going. You roll, and come in front of the palm of your hand, and put up the bottom of the bun. They're not finished. And that's it. So I can show you another different shaping or different style of a bun. Still twist a little bit, stretch it, and then you twist this way, like this, one hand back, one hand forward. Like that, like that, like that. And then you hold this one tight, and then you roll it in. That's a different shaping. I'll show you another one in the end when you cut another strip. So you can have 3 different shaping buns. Whatever's easiest for you, can use that one. This is my favorite one. I'll do the normal one again. And then I'll do 2 more of this one. I'm hoping I'm very slow, not too slow, like fast enough so you can see it. But you won't get it the first time if the first time you're trying to make the cinnamon buns. You have to do it over and over. I remember when I first tried myself, I couldn't do it. First I got the dough wrong. It wasn't cold enough, and the bun was just melting in my hand, and it was a bit of a mess. So get the dough right, and then practice over time. You get used to it. You get better and better, better and better, better and better. This is easier. This is a very easy one. Do one more. Then back to the normal. This is another different shape of the bun, which we're gonna do. So what you do is, so you plait that way, in, this way, that one, and finish, and then we roll it in. So this is nice. If you're baking on muffin trays, they're really good, better for that. So as you can see, this strip is thicker than the other one, so you can cut a bit more inside. So obviously, if you want to do this type of shaping, the dough should be a little bit thin, not as wide. So otherwise you get a really big bun. There we go. There we go. It's another easy one. There we go. Do one more. So now we're finished shaping. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put the buns on the tray. If this tray is non-stick tray, so I'm not gonna put any pepper in it. But if we're at home, you have a tray that is not coated. You may need a baking sheet, so you put the buns on. So we're gonna put them here. In this tray, I can fit 15 buns. I'll put these different shapes, so you can see when they're all finished. So the other ones. 3, so we got 3, 6, 9, 12, actually 12. So I'm gonna bake this 12, and this one I'm gonna keep in, you can keep this in the freezer, leave up to 3 months. When you, we need some bun, a fancy bun today. Take out the freezer, put in the fridge overnight, and then proof it next day. Or you can do all in one day. Take out, put at room temperature. It will take about maybe 4 hours to be fully proof in room temperature. If you have a proofer, perfect. So here are the buns, proofed, ready to bake. I don't know if you can see it, like if you shake it, they wobble. So I'm gonna put it in the oven. The oven is already preheated, 200 Celsius. So I'm gonna bake in there for 10 minutes. So because I'm baking this oven, I'm gonna bake for 10 minutes, and then I will take them out to color it, lift them up, put the tray underneath, or I'll put a tin underneath them so it doesn't burn, because I'm using a stone oven. But if you're baking at home, it'll be easier for you because you'll be using a home oven. It'll be in 10 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes. It'll be nice and golden all the way around. But because it's bread oven, this is more for bread, not for buns. But it does the job really well. So I'm gonna put it in the oven now. So we're gonna check the buns now. There we go. So what I'm gonna do is, because I'm baking this oven, I'm gonna put the tray underneath, the tin underneath the tray. And then bake for another 5 minutes so it can color the top of the bun perfectly. The topping ingredients, only 2 ingredients I use for my recipe. It's agave nectar and pearl sugar. But you can use honey, or what's it called, the other one? It's vanilla glaze. Any glaze you want to use it. If you're vegan, for example, you can use agave nectar. If you're vegetarian, you can use honey. You can use any topping you want. It's up to you, it's your choice, what you like to eat. And pearl sugar, if you like pearl sugar, you can use icing sugar, works fine. Anything you want, you just add it, just make it up. I'll show the basic, the fundamental, you can make your own. So the buns are ready, they're baked. Let's check. As you can see, brown and brown. So while they're hot, we're gonna glaze them with agave nectar. Like I said, you can do honey, any glaze you want. Then, last one, pearl sugar or kneaded sugar. Just sprinkle it. All done. Buns are finished, baked. Last thing to do, I think you know what to do now. Let's check. Ah, look at this, how soft. Oh. Oh, yummy! I hope you enjoyed the course. Thank you. Please bake and tag me. Thank you very much. Any questions, just message me on Instagram and comments. I'll get back to you. It should be simple and easy. Thank you very much.